We're talking about the two most sociopathic people in the history of the world.
Yeah.
It was a bad deal. We got ripped off. Trump was going to get us a better deal.
Because Obama
Probably
did
because he's the real negotiator daddy. He was saying, like,
We had nothing to do with
I talked to Israel and I don't want them doing anything. And then the bombs start flying.
He's like, actually, this rocks. I'm choking you. Hey, dude, you got to stop. Why don't you make a deal with me? Make a deal. Make a deal before it's too late. Make a deal. Mr. Trump, we did these 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs.
And he just wants more and more. And these people want you to think you are at risk. This has nothing to do with you, especially when so many people have lived through this and lived through the lies and heard the same script over and over and over again. The lucky thing is it does feel like right now people are not falling for this.
Oh, yeah. No, not at all.
Not true.
Mm-hmm.
Someone could just go, you actually said that in 95, 96, 2006, 2008.
What a dystopia, dude. You've got hashtag F1 the movie turning on Twitter.
It's the hyper-normalization thing.
Yeah, dude. I hope to God that that's the cause of my chronic dandruff because I don't know what to do anymore, people. Tabata? Tabata me!
Tabata. We'll be here today. We'll be here, Tabata.
Beepheads are about to feast. Oh. Nom, 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 nom. Welcome back. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's going to be a big welcome back from me, my guy.
It's going to be a huge shout out to everybody out there. Stop me if you don't want me to do this.
Stop.
But I'd like to give my sincerest apologies to one Miss Taylor Lorenz.
Oh, my God.
For my comments last week. I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry to everybody out there who whose comments I replied to and was really aggressive. Sorry about that. I love you all very much.
Yeah, if you want a little peek behind the curtain, Ben and Emil headquarters, there was 2 to 3 people being like, hey, Ben, can you stop doing that?
And I was like, oh, shit. Fuck. Was it that bad? And they were like, it was worse. I said, okay. So huge shout out to everybody who's, I don't know, just huge shout out to everybody. And, if you like that, go ahead and like this video. Yeah. Get us up to 100,000 subscribers. I think we deserve it at this point. And,
we deserve it, so give it to us. We're like Jerry Connolly. We've been in Congress this whole time, and sure, we're about to die. But
I don't plan on dying. I think that
Jerry Connolly didn't plan on it either, but cancer had other plans.
Also, sponsor from last week's show, for the raffle for the electric car. The link wasn't working at first, but now it's working, and we just got to give them a shout out because it's for like a good cause.
Yeah, horrible timing on their part. The website went down.
Yeah,
I thought it was beautiful timing for me. I said none of these people are going to get raffle tickets. I'm going to win these dang electric vehicles. And
I wonder if we're eligible.
They better be. I bought a ton of tickets.
I bet we're not eligible because prices and participation.
It will look pretty bad. Seeing me roll up in my Rivian. Thanks for buying a ticket.
Yeah.
But hey. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes I'm lucky.
I also want to give a quick, huge shout out to the gentleman who was out front of my apartment last week.
Huge shout out to the people out front of the apartment. I don't remember
his name. I'm so sorry. I was very sleepy weepy. And I walked up and he went, oh. And I went, what's going on? Hello. And he was like, I love the show. And I said, oh, okay. I thought that he was wigging out because for some other reason.
That wasn't actually Ben's apartment. That was...
it's a secret.
He lives in a different place. Yeah. It just looked like an apartment building, but it wasn't actually. Huge shout out to the guy at the restaurant I ate on Friday.
You ate at a guy?
And we sat at the bar and he said, I know you. You're from the Ben and Emil show.
Wow. I got one at Checker Hall last week also.
Huge shout out to Checker Hall.
The gentleman at Checker Hall who walked past. Yeah, we're veritable celebrities. We get recognized here and there.
I have to tell you, I'm like, so there's this joke that we do an episode and then somehow bigger news happens as we record the episode. And it happens so regularly that at this point, I'm sure
we're cursed.
I'm sure anyone watching is aware of the kind of precarious situation maybe the world is in right now. So I feel like I'm in some kind of Final Destination like situation where I don't know if we just keep recording, the big event can't happen, and I don't know, we maybe won't be thrust into some kind of awful situation.
Which brings us into what this episode is covering. We are talking all about Israel attacking Iran, what it means, what's happening, why it's happening, the insanity that is Benjamin Netanyahu, everything that Donald Trump has tweeted today that's bananas, and all of that shit. So it's going to be a hopefully.
Remember when the show used to be funny?
Yeah. Well, remember when fun things used to happen?
Yeah, remember when the world was kind of just fun?
Yeah. The world's there's always bad shit. What gives me hope is hearing from old heads, unks if you will, who say, "Oh man, and you should have been there in the 70s. It felt like the world was ending, or the Cold War, or whatever." Yeah. It's like it felt like we were going to die any day, and it's like, "Okay, all right. I guess every generation goes through their thing, but this feels different, doesn't it?"
It also feels like things just got rapidly and progressively worse after the 70s.
Yeah.
We got Reagan, everything was privatized.
The FAA.
The FAA.
I mean, he gutted the air traffic controllers.
And then any millennial who's lived through all of these things has just got nothing but constant war, financial crisis, recession. So if I see a motherfucker tell me the 70s was fucked up, I'll fucking kill you.
Well, so let's put on our happy faces and start with the army parade, shall we? It was pathetic. It was fucking stupid. I thought that it was going to be showcasing all kinds of cool new tech.
Well, that's how it was sold to us. Anyone who was freaked out about it was like, "Oh, great. We're basically an authoritarian regime. We're doing a military parade like, I don't know, China, Russia, North Korea." Turns out, no, we're not, because those are sick when they do it. Okay, dude, I've seen the clips.
They can march in
a lot of people were posting the clips because ours were pathetic, and it's like, okay, if you're going to do it, at least do that.
I saw one clip. I couldn't find it, but I saw one where there's hardly anybody in the stands, and there's just one pathetic little tank. I mean, it's like
the squeaking wheel.
Yeah,
dude,
it's like a World War II era tank, but it's going by and it's just going eco, eco, eco.
It's
so good. It's so funny.
And I have one. We actually watched it. I put it in the recording. We watched this actually on Trillionaire Mindset a long time ago.
Whoa.
And
those were the days.
We're gonna do a military parade. I want to see stuff like this. All right.
Whoa.
Not a bunch of dumpy guys can't even march in unison.
Well, they got other concerns, I guess, is what I saw somebody say online. Warning, video content. Oh, yeah, dude, the North Korean guys.
I mean...
Oh, audio listener, you're really in for a treat, because you can't
honestly, audio
shit.
Listener, come, because this is what
Imagine
I want.
A bunch of buff North Korean guys just like slamming, I don't know, does it look like roof tiles?
Imagine if this is what marched through the National Mall.
God, they're breaking their hands.
No, they're not, because these guys are made of steel, clearly.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Breaking cinder blocks over this guy's chest.
Also, he's laying on a bed of nails.
Yeah, laying on a bed of nails. He's got 2 machetes on his... breaking bricks on their head. Just like...
This is psycho.
How do they even... This is like what brothers do when they're bored. They're like, hey, let's see if we can bend this fucking rebar, stick it in our necks. This guy's breaking through chains.
I mean, come on.
Wow.
Breaking through chains, doing God knows what. I don't know. He has glass bottles. It's not going to be good.
Oh, brother, don't eat it. Oh, he's not eating it. Oh, he's laying on glass. Wow. Good stuff, man.
All right, we can get... Oh, well, let's do one more break.
Break it. Okay, good job.
I mean, we look...
Pathetic. Yeah. No missiles being paraded through the streets.
Not a single missile. Squeaky wheels, just like weird classic rock music playing in the background.
Covers of classic rock. Barracuda, I heard.
Sparsely attended.
Yeah. Just as pathetic
I
as
mean,
it gets.
cameras just panning around and just open field.
Yeah. I mean, show us. There was one guy holding up a drone, just like walking through the crowd, just like, check out this fucking drone, dude. Like, okay, cool. Coinbase was a sponsor, though. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was a very bizarre moment.
Yeah. We had Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's do a little.
There we go.
Do a little,
That's pretty good.
I love the subtitles. Tank squeaking. There's almost a part of me that thinks it's edited, maybe, and someone added it, but
yeah. Oh, it's Jimmy Fallon. Hey, what's that? What's going on with that army parade? You know,
oh my god,
oh my god, I can't believe they did an army parade. Wow, that's wild. So Coca-Cola, I don't know who the hell BNY is. Lockheed Martin, you know, the usual suspects. Except for this Form Energy, PHORM.
Palantir, you know Palantir going absolutely crazy on it.
Scott's Miracle-Gro. And yeah, man, this is the
Scott's Miracle-Gro. They really got their money's worth. I mean, they panned around to a perfectly manicured lawn. No one's stepping on that thing. A dad's absolute wet dream on that.
I like this website because it's America250.org, which is for the America's 250th birthday next year.
You know what's annoying? Last year I had America249.org, and I who could have known they were going to do it this year? So
I love down at the bottom though. It says official website of the U.S. Semi-Quincentennial Commission. That poor person who's got to answer the phones for that official
U.S. Semi-Quincentennial.
U.S. Semi-Quincentennial Office. How may I direct your call?
U.S. Semi-Quincentennial Commission. Fuck.
And yeah, about. There were estimates that there were 30 to 50,000 people attended. Trump, of course, claimed 250K.
Hey, gang, we got to take a quick break to talk to you about our advertiser, Shopify. Okay, Shopify has been essential to us. When we started this endeavor on our own, we really had no idea what we were doing. We had so many things on our plate.
Total dum-dums.
Total dum-dums about literally everything. Luckily, Shopify was there to help us with our online store build out, because without them, we really wouldn't have been able to do it. They made it so easy for us. They made it so easy to get items up. They made it so easy for us to also be able to tour if we wanted to with our POS system. Everything was, I mean, it couldn't have been easier for us.
And it was a no-brainer, really. We were just like, okay, we got to set up an online store. We know Shopify. Let's try that. And it couldn't have been easier. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world, just like ours. And 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. So get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style. You can accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Maybe you don't have a marketing team too, but that's fine, because with Shopify, you can easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling.
And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify.
Turn your big business idea into cha-ching, cha-ching. With Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/BAES. Go to shopify.com/BAES. Shopify.com/BAES. And then there was, over the weekend, also a Democratic lawmaker was assassinated. So that's not good. And this poor bastard.
Her and her
wife.
husband, and there was other targets. I mean, honestly, a perfect example of like, it doesn't matter, and the right wing is always going to do what they do. I mean, this guy's clearly a right wing schizo.
Oh, and they were rolling over themselves.
I mean,
tripping over themselves to be like, he's a leftist.
Doing all kinds of jokes. I mean, even once it was proven that he's this guy, it doesn't matter. They're just running away with it. It's that guy Mike Lee, I believe it is. Doing the Nightmare on Wall Street as a reference to, it's one of Tim Walz's, I don't know, cronies. Even though I'm pretty sure Tim Walz was on the kill list. It's getting exhausting, folks.
Yes, it's
getting exhausting.
I like this. He deleted
absolute
it. He
freak
deleted
shit,
it.
though.
But this guy replied to it and said, a 12-year-old girl watched her mother shield her from bullets in a politically motivated attack she'll carry for the rest of her life. And your first response as an elected official is this because you're an anti-American piece of shit?
Oh, they always act like
fucking
the left
terrible.
is like some barbaric entity. When I mean, it's just they're the most ghoulish people to ever exist. I mean, you can go down the line. I mean, just look at some of the responses on. To be honest, though, the war is probably going to be a bipartisan effort, with the exception of a few. So we'll see how that pans out. But
which, by the way, another just tacking on the things I was saying in the beginning. A lot of people made a lot of good points about focusing my ire toward the people in power, the fascists, and not the critiquing of power. Duly noted. Anyway, Jesus. I mean, where to even start? Israel.
You know what's a good place to start? We had a fucking nuclear deal with Iran.
Yeah.
So, that's an important thing to remember. You know, I love to be hard on Obama. A lot of people will know that. It's one of my favorite things to do. But he did get the nuclear deal done with Iran and it was working. They were, they were adhering to it.
What year was this? 2013?
Yeah, it was probably like 2013 or 2014, and then Trump ripped it up in, I think, 2018.
Probably because it was just because Obama.
Probably
did
because he's the real negotiator daddy, and he wanted to step up to the plate. Yeah. All right. Anything that anyone got us in before, it was a bad deal. We got ripped off. The deal for bringing the Iranian nuclear program to heel in exchange for sanctions relief apparently was a bozo move by Obama. So Trump was going to get us a better deal. Okay? And that's apparently what we were heading to. There was this 60-day timeline to have a deal done. They had plans to meet in, I believe it was Oman. And then all of a sudden, the bombs start flying. On, what was that, late Thursday? That
was because it was right after our episode came out, because that's what happens is things happen
right.
The day. So brace yourselves for by the time this comes out.
Even as early as, and it's been very confusing trying to parse out what Trump and America's involvement is. There's obviously all kinds of different things come. Even Thursday afternoon, I believe he was saying
we had nothing to do with
I talked to Israel and I don't want them doing anything. And then the bombs start flying and
he's like, actually, this rocks.
I don't know if he'd say actually that's right. I mean, it's very confusing. So Rubio, I think, was one of the first things I saw where he was saying, tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. Israel advised us that they believe this action was necessary for its self-defense. President Trump and the administration have taken all necessary steps to protect our forces and remain in close contact with our regional partners. Let me be clear. Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel because, according to him, they weren't involved. Unilateral action. But then Trump, he can't help himself. He can't help himself.
He truly can't.
And then he said, this is from June 13th. I gave Iran a chance. I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to just do it. That's in quotes. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. The negotiations were supposed to happen on Sunday. They literally were saying they were ready to come to a deal for sanctions relief. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told that the universe. I told them that it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world, by far, and that Israel has a lot of it, with much more to come, and they know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They are all dead, all caps, now, and it will only get worse. There has already been great death and destruction, but there's still some time to make this to make this slaughter, with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal, come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death, no more destruction. Just do it before it's too late. God bless you all. This is fucking
God bless you all.
Psychopathic.
Dude, I'm choking you. Hey, dude, you got to stop. Why don't you make a deal with me? Make a deal. Make a deal before it's too late. Make a deal. Jesus, God.
And, obviously in typical fashion, this is being covered in a very specific way in America. It's, I think if you weren't paying close attention, you probably thought that Israel was attacked first. It's been very strange watching this. They're calling it a preemptive attack. I think
because they're about to have nukes, dude. They're about to launch the nukes.
The whole thing, but I think anyone with a brain is calling this a preventive attack, which should be noted is illegal.
Wait, preventive, or is there a difference between preventative and preemptive?
Yes, preemptive means that there's an imminent threat.
Gotcha.
That's what they're saying. This is preemptive because we are an imminent threat of them creating a nuclear bomb and they want to use it. But there is no proof of an imminent. They have not shown us any proof of an imminent threat.
Yeah.
Therefore, it is a preventive threat of them trying to bomb their any kind of nuclear facilities they have.
Right. Oh yeah, there you go. Preventive use of force seeks to stop another state from developing a military capability before it comes threatening, or to hobble or destroy it thereafter.
It's important to note we don't have any proof of an imminent threat, but we do have Tulsi Gabbard. This is Trump's own director of national intelligence. This is March 25th, 2025. Let's hear what she has to say.
The IC continues to assess that Iran is not building a nuclear weapon, and Supreme Leader Khamenei has not authorized the nuclear weapons program that he suspended in 2003. The IC continues to monitor closely if Tehran decides to reauthorize its nuclear weapons program.
And we have a follow-up. Trump has been asked about this, and let's hear what he has to say about that.
This is him on Air Force One.
You've always said
He
that
loves
you don't
chatting
believe
on Air
Iran
Force
should be able to have a nuclear weapon. But how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having.
I don't care what she said.
I don't care what my own cabinet member says.
I don't care.
They're very close.
I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't matter. And there is a lot of stuff going around. The IAEA,
IAEA.
It's so hard to say. Please, I don't want to say it again. I don't want to say it again. The International Atomic Energy Association or Administration.
Mm-hmm.
There was reporting that Iran, was out of compliance with some of their testing and stuff from the IAEA.
Okay.
But that did not mean that there was a nuclear weapons program. In fact, they had said the opposite. The IAEA said the opposite. There was no nuclear weapons program. So we have no evidence. And not only that, we've lived through this.
Really? I knew this felt familiar. What
We've
happened?
Done this.
Was it a country with a slightly different ending letter?
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
And it's very bizarre reliving this. I was obviously a child when this happened. I was probably 2002, 2003. I was 12 or 13.
Yeah.
I did not have a great understanding of the world around me, I would say. I have been able to retroactively through through reading and engaging with the subject, understand what has happened. And I'm sure everyone has been exposed to all these clips and what a joke all this war on terror, the war in Iraq, all this stuff was.
I'd be willing to bet, though, that there's not video of Benjamin Netanyahu back then advocating for what he's
crazy.
Advocating for now. I don't think that exists. If it does, I bet it's fake. I bet it's AI faked shit. All right. Hey, gang. Got to take one more quick break to talk to you about another one of our sponsors. It's MudWtr. Sometimes caffeine can be a little too much. You have a cup of coffee in the afternoon, you feel like garbage. And for me, that's always a problem. I especially waking up in the morning, sometimes I just got brain fog. I just feel like crap. And that's where MudWtr comes in.
I'm with you, pal. I can't even drink caffeine. I can't drink coffee because
No,
it
you get
messes
crazy.
me up. So
He gets crazy.
I'm like a gremlin if you put water on me.
Yeah, yeah. So
Isn't that what happens? You put water on him?
yeah. Their OG blend is a mix of cacao, chai, turmeric, and adaptogenic mushrooms to help you feel focused without the crash. And the best part, it's amazing over ice, folks. I put a little bit of honey in mine. It's just the right mix. You got cold water or milk. You can shake it up, pour it over ice. Boom, you've got yourself a refreshing feel-good boost.
But my favorite part, every single ingredient in MudWtr's products are 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. There's also sugar. There's also zero sugar and no sweeteners added.
Oh, yeah.
So to use MudWtr, you simply drop the powder into your favorite mug, pour some water in it, and give it a mix. Some go wild and add creamer, honey, or even CBD. Are you wild? I'm wild. I like honey.
I go wild, man. I go wild. Each ingredient in MudWtr serves a purpose. They got cordyceps to promote natural energy, lion's mane for focus, and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune system. So, if you're ready to make the switch to cleaner energy for yourself, folks, head to MudWtr.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal, up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother when you use code BAES, B-A-E-S. That's right, up to 43% off with code BAES at MudWtr.com. After your purchase, they'll ask how you found them, so please show your support and let them know we sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with MudWtr, because life's too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy. Because, his whole shit has been, we killed all of Iran's top military, because that's what they did, folks. They killed all of Iran's top military leadership, nuclear scientists, and most importantly, the top negotiator for Iran, whose job was, as the title denotes, he was the guy who was supposed to come in and negotiate a diplomatic solution to this shit. And
Chief of Staff of Armed Forces, Deputy Chief of Staff, Commander of the IRGC, multiple nuclear scientists. And that was just that first night. And then there's reporting of multiple car bombs going off in Tehran.
I didn't even see that. When was that? Yesterday?
No, it was the day after. I believe it was the day after the bombings.
All the ones that they didn't get in those.
Yeah, and but let's.
So you want to take me up on this wager that there's probably not any?
Well, I actually just sent a clip. Let's see. If we have a boy who cried wolf situation here. The Daily Show. The Daily Show compiled a nice.
It's
succinct.
pretty good.
Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in
For the audio listener, we're on June 12th, 2025.
It could be within a few months.
They have the wherewithal,
2018.
stored up, preserved knowledge to make a bomb very quickly if they wanted to do it.
Iran is so dangerous. Weeks away from having the fissile material for an entire arsenal of nuclear bombs.
They're very close. They're 6
2012.
months away from being
Okay,
about
so it's been quite a
90%
while.
of having the
His
enriched
fucking hair
uranium
looks
for
like
an atom
yarmulke.
bomb. Iran is gearing up
Oh,
to have
2006.
produce 25 bombs, atomic bombs a year, 250 bombs in a decade.
Ladies and gentlemen, time
96.
is running out.
Iran will be capable
95.
of producing alone, without importing anything, nuclear bombs within 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years.
Oh, within 3 to 5 years, you must listen to me.
Maybe he was just wrong a bunch of times, and maybe they were actually weeks away now.
Can I say
he
something?
seems like a trustworthy guy.
There's something about this, just aside from all politics and everything, there's something about that man's voice that makes me so hungry. He's just got one of those voices where you're like, and I'm like, damn, I want some pudding or something. Like specifically chocolate pudding. His voice just makes me, he sounds like he's got a mouthful of pudding. And I'm like, give me some of that, bitch. And then choke on it, bitch. Yeah, so there's a lot of, everybody's got theories. I think it's pretty obvious what's happening, which is that Benjamin Netanyahu is clearly trying to distract not only his own people, but the rest of the world from what's happening in Gaza and what they are doing in Gaza, i.e. continuing to bomb Gaza and kill people and prevent aid from getting into Gaza. and also to, in a really, really futile effort, as we've seen many, many times before from these types of psychopaths, is try to unite the country against a common enemy. And
but yeah, I mean, here, let's play this other clip real quick, because I do think like there's a part of me that thinks that maybe America and Israel just want to rule over a Middle East that's just rubble and chaos. Yeah, so I mean, this is Netanyahu in this is 2002, before going to war with Iraq. He is talking to Congress here about why we need to go. The House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Let's see what he has to say about the situation.
The application of power is the most important thing in winning the war on terrorism. If I had to say, what are the three principles of winning the war on terror? It's like, what are the three principles of real estate, the three L's, location, location, location? The three principles of winning the war on terror are the three W's, winning, winning, and winning. The more victories you amass, the easier the next victory becomes. The first victory in Afghanistan makes the second victory in Iraq that much easier. The second victory in Iraq will make the third victory that much easier.
He's calling for war in Iraq, but he doesn't stop there.
Afghanistan, yeah.
No, he starts with Afghanistan because we're already in Afghanistan.
Oh, right.
He's talking about when we win there, it's going to make our next
pursuit.
Our next pursuit, conquest easier. And then he doesn't stop there. He says our third one. He knows, like, we don't want to stop. We want to keep going. He back it up a little bit. Like, this is how they've been talking about this forever.
Are the three W's, winning, winning, and winning. The more victories you amass, the easier the next victory becomes. The first victory in Afghanistan makes the second victory in Iraq that much easier. The second victory in Iraq will make the third victory that much easier too, but it may change the nature of achieving that victory. It may be possible to have implosions taking place. I don't guarantee it, Mr. Attorney, but I think it makes it more likely, and therefore I think the choice of Iraq is a good choice. It's the right choice.
Yeah. Man,
psychotic.
What were they thinking? It's that easy. You topple a regime and a new one gets placed in there, and then everything is hunky-dory and it goes our way indefinitely, and there's going to be no problems. And also victory is such a nebulous term.
Well, I mean,
what does a victory look like back then?
But this is what they've been doing, right? I mean, look at all of these places. I mean, Iraq is a perfect example. These are not, this is not a thing where we're going to defend Saddam Hussein, but I don't think people disliking their regime means we get to go in and do a regime change. I don't know.
And get a little something for it.
I don't know if Iraqis would say they're better off since we've come in. I think, look at any of these other places where it's just an absolute mess, a failed state, Libya, Syria. I think this is what they want. They want just chaos. They don't want other powerful, stable administrations in the region. This has been their game plan for all of it.
And in Iran, too. America coming in and fucking with that in the early 50s.
Sure. I mean, I'm just talking about most recently with these. I mean, we've been doing that forever. I mean, if we could list off all the coups and regime changes we've done. But sure. I mean, a large part of the situation in Iran is the direct result of our own intervention. And just watching them do all of you can find any clip to match what they're saying right now. The liberators thing. They're going to welcome us as liberators.
We're going to slap. I remember the trope being all those people need is a pair of blue jeans and a Coke in their hand, and they'll get it. They'll just understand. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I don't remember where that came from.
These people, they hate us because
we're free.
Yeah, they hate us for our freedom. And I do think that is the difference from right now and back then. Back then it was working. I do think there were the vast majority of people were pro
post 9/11.
Yeah,
especially.
Post 9/11, people were pro war. They wanted to get this done. It was done with congressional support. But I mean, that is just I can't imagine. I mean, it's so early. but early polling looks like this is just overwhelmingly. This is from Prem Tacker. He pulled out this. Prem Tacker, he's a journalist. This is from the Economist /YouGov poll. Do you think the U.S. military should get involved in the conflict between Israel and Iran? 60% say no, 24% say not sure, 16% say yes. But so that at least feels different. It feels like ordinary people are like, what are you talking about? No,
including and especially the people. I mean, Trump ran on, I'm an anti-war president. Sure. I'm going to stop all of this. I'll get this shit done in day one.
He's daddy negotiator.
Yeah, he's big. He's the big negotiator. And, awfully silent are the people who have been tweeting in light of the fucking grotesque ICE raids who were saying, yeah, I voted for this. Where are you people? Where are you guys now?
It's interesting.
Some of them have spines.
I know that I have seen. Do you know that guy Dave Smith?
Oh yeah, I saw his. Right, he was like, I regret voting.
Which I do find. I mean, it's. I think not surprising personally to him. I think it's just surprising in this day and age to see anyone kind of come out and be like, I was wrong. I got this one wrong, and I regret it. I kind of never know what to make of that guy. Like, I've seen a lot of clips where he seems very reasonable. He calls himself a libertarian. I kind of like always a little bit suspect for like any full-blown grown man who like...
Are you telling me I need what's next? A license to make toast?
Right. But he doesn't seem like that type of person. No. And he does seem very reasonable. So maybe it's just a...
I love libertarians are so fun.
Maybe it's just an unfortunate label he's chosen to stuck with. But yeah, but even that, like him... He seems very reasonable every time I see him talk about a lot of this stuff. But how did you get duped like that? You truly think this person was the
biggest bullshitter in the world, in the history of the modern world, would bullshit?
I mean, I do get it. There's all kinds of clips resurfacing right now, and he did do a good job in a lot of instances. There's the one at the Republican primaries where he's calling out Jeb Bush and all these neocons, and he's saying, Iraq was a total disaster. I knew it was. You guys are all crazy. You're war hawks, whatever.
Like the movie Three Kings, Jose.
No, that was Desert Storm.
Oh, that was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go on. Great movie.
But yeah, I at first it did seem like, I mean, I'm sure you saw the Tucker Carlson stuff. There's a little bit of a schism here. It was, Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, of course. Charlie Kirk even got in there, Jack Posobiec. I do think Trump has brought some of them to heel. A lot of these people know, a lot of these smaller creators, I think Tucker Carlson can do whatever he wants. I think
he can do whatever he wants.
I think he has a huge backing. I think he probably comes from family money. I'm pretty sure he's some kind of like
Swanson.
Yes.
Swanson frozen dinner.
Yes. So he's a scion.
But he's self-made.
I think he knows that he can kind of do what he wants.
Yeah.
But I think at least Charlie Kirk changed his tune a little bit and was like, actually, I trust Trump. I
saw that.
So yeah.
And Netanyahu, by the way, says that killing the Supreme... He believes that, and again, stop me, folks, if this sounds familiar. He says that killing the Supreme Leader of Iran would end the war. First of all, what war? I didn't realize there was an actual official war here, or whatever he meant. But despite the U.S. saying that they don't want to do that. And yeah, I think that he's desperate and thinks that everybody would rally around him. And
I mean, that's the only thing I can imagine is that he desperately wants to pull America into this. And I think he knows if he garnered the response that he has from Iran, they have, been able to break through the Iron Dome.
Which part of me feels is intentional. Do you think?
To break through the Iron Dome?
Yeah. Like, hey, our people like Bibi maybe allowing some to slip through?
Oh,
somehow?
I would say 100%.
To then be like, fuck. Even though there were I think there was a couple hypersonic ones, which was wild. I did not know that's how they
I just think Bibi knew that this would happen.
Yeah.
And with this, he can drag America into this war.
Yeah.
And you were
And
like,
it seems to be working as of fucking today, 2 days ago for you guys. What Trump is saying is like,
I mean, that's the thing. You were like, what war? I'm like, and people are going, is America going to be dragged into this war? The rhetoric coming from the president, I mean, some of this was yesterday. Iran should have signed the deal. I told them to sign. What a shame and waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran.
and this one today,
I mean,
he said today,
a city of 10 million people, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, that's easy, dude. You just evacuate. They are right now. I mean, as of this recording, I was seeing that they're, man, fucking what a dystopia, dude. You've got hashtag F1 the movie trending on trending on Twitter.
It's the hyper-normalization thing.
Yeah, dude.
It makes you...
That's what I've been talking about.
My
It's like
brain
I
is gonna
feel
be ripped
crazy
apart.
all
Yeah.
the fucking time. That's probably, I hope to God that that's the cause of my chronic dandruff because
The
I don't know
F1
what to do
movie.
anymore, people.
Yeah.
I haven't been putting the foam in. I got to do that. Anyway, Donald Trump tweeted today, we know exactly where the so-called supreme leader is hiding. He is an easy target, but is safe there. We are not going to take him out and in parentheses, kill with an exclamation point, at least not for now. But we don't want missiles shot at civilians or American soldiers. Our patience is wearing thin. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
So weird. Weird to sign off on that.
It's fucking psycho. It's not weird. It's psycho. It's like weird. Yeah, you're right. It's weird. But okay, let's look at the next one. The next.
Well, and just to be clear, so what he's talking about is Israel. Not only Israel, but some very prominent Americans are urging for. There are things that Israel does not have access to that they want the American military to deploy. One of them is this thing called the bunker buster.
The 30,000-pound bombs.
Yeah, so he's weighing the decision to help destroy this deeply buried nuclear enrichment facility at Fordo, and we have the biggest bunker buster, and it would have to be dropped by the American B-2 bombers. Mr. Netanyahu has pressed for the United States. Yeah, excuse me. There's a lot going on. Mr. Netanyahu has pressed for the United States to make its bunker busters available since the Bush administration, so far to no avail. But people who have spoken to Mr. Trump in recent months say the topic has come up repeatedly in his conversations with the Prime Minister. When Mr. Trump has been asked about it, he usually avoids a direct answer. That's from the New York Times.
Mr. Trump, we did these 30,000-pound bunker buster bombs.
So he's basically telegraphing, we know where he is. We know he's in a bunker. We could kill him at any time. We don't know if we're going to give him the bunker busters or not.
And then he went on to tweet, we now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment, and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff.
Dude, in quotes.
What the fuck?
Stuff.
Nobody does it better than the good old USA. This is like... And then lastly, he tweeted... in all caps, unconditional surrender. I mean, is he unconditionally surrendering? Is that what he's doing here?
That would
I like an unconditional surrender. I mean, it's worth noting that as of now, Egypt has led a group of 21 nations in issuing a joint statement that condemns recent Israeli military attacks against Iran, calls for an immediate halt to hostilities, and urges a return to diplomacy to de-escalate regional tensions. This includes Algeria, Bahrain, Brunei, Chad, Djibouti, Egypt, Gambia, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Libya, Mauritania, Pakistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, Sudan, Turkey, Oman, and the UAE. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the signatories highlighted the imperative need to halt Israeli hostilities against Iran, expressing great concern regarding this dangerous escalation, which threatens to have serious consequences on the peace and stability of the entire region. Yeah, no fucking shit.
I mean, dude, also all this, like, the rhetoric they're using to hold against Iran, they're trying to scare the world, and they're saying, like, think about what could happen if these things get in the wrong hands, right?
Mm. Meanwhile, the only two...
The people on the other side, America and Israel, have nukes.
Yeah.
And if you're like, are preemptive strikes allowed on us? Because we're talking about the two most sociopathic people in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Who just want to rule over rubble. I mean, Are we legitimate targets? There's a lot of people here who hate the Trump administration. Maybe they'd be greeted as liberators. This is obviously a joke. I obviously have a lot of issues with the Trump administration.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bombed. I would not welcome that.
I like what these people went on to say in this thing. A central demand in the statement was, quote, the urgent necessity of establishing a Middle East zone free of nuclear weapons and other weapons of mass destruction, which it said should apply to all states in the region without exception. The countries also called for all nations in the Middle East to join the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, or the NPT. Yeah, Israel, you're one of those countries in the Middle East, and there's this really annoying thing that they've been doing.
Israel is not a signatory to that.
Right. So, and they're also like, well, they don't openly admit to having nukes, but they have them probably most undoubtedly.
Not even, they have nukes.
But they have nukes, and they are not
they're very
adhering to these rules.
And
again, like you said, the only nation.
It's also all in violation of UN Security Council resolutions.
Right.
They won't sign on to the NPT. These are things that Iran is signed on to. They don't submit to the IAEA and let them come in and are subject to oversight in those ways, like Iran is. I mean,
and it is interesting again that the only nation on Earth that has ever used, well, I guess they were atomic weapons, but weapons of mass destruction in this way is the United States.
Yeah, we did it twice
in Japan. It was called World War II.
Okay, so
Billy,
a guy we always talk about on the show, purveyor of the worst takes,
Bill Ackman, Crybaby
also,
Bill.
Huge defender of Israel over here in America. He spent the last 20 months really going to bat for them. So he had this to say: the parade was great. Our military is incredible, and now Israel needs our help to destroy Iran's nuclear threat to the world. Israel's military and air force have sufficiently degraded Iran's defenses such that this is now the lowest risk, highest probability moment. The lowest risk, highest probability moment to take out Iran's nuclear capability. A grave threat to us all of us. It's a grave threat to all of us. We should not let this opportunity pass. But Israel does not have the equipment and armaments to complete the job. We do, and it does not require boots on the ground. The war Israel has been fighting has been on behalf of all of us. Let's help them finish the job.
I love this.
This is psychotic.
I love this first response. You own millions in shares of the companies that directly profit from wars, which is why you're so in support of this crisis escalating. And he wrote, totally false. I have no interest in any company that benefits from wars.
Anyone who is trying to make this an issue about you and your safety here in America is a liar and is a psycho and is bloodthirsty, and everyone knows that this is just not true. I mean, this guy has spent 20 months sticking his nose where it doesn't belong with trying to get kids fired who protested here in America legally. He loves a regime change at a college. He got presidents fired for not listening to his demands. He's been doing everything he can while, Israel bombs country after country. I mean, Lebanon, Syria, carrying out a genocide in Gaza. It just goes on. Yemen. I mean, the list is endless, and he just wants more and more. And these people want you to think you are at risk. You are not, this has nothing to do with you. And everyone is wondering why these people want to push us into this, especially when so many people have lived through this and lived through the lies and heard the same script over and over and over again by bloodthirsty neocons. It's just ridiculous.
It's crazy because go ahead.
No, there is nothing more I hate than this, this saber rattling, trying to make it about that this is for us, this is for me. I mean, it's... The lucky thing is it does feel like right now people are not falling for this.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. And I don't think they will. Which makes me curious how this will play out, because right now is so much more so different than it was going into Iraq, in that we just had to kind of accept what the news was telling us. There was no real collective ability to respond to it.
I will say
But now that we have social media,
I know going through it with Twitter is like, it's
way different.
It is way different. The rapidity with which people can be like, not true.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can just go, you actually said that in 95, 96, 2006, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2024.
So it makes me wonder if...
The problem is, though,
do they even care at this
politically, like our politicians, I'm not seeing a huge amount of movement behind this. I think Thomas Massey, who's the Republican from Kentucky, he's very anti-war. He very quickly was denouncing this. He put out a poll on Twitter: should the United States be giving Israel weapons to make war with Iran? Overwhelmingly, 85% said no in the poll. And he was tweeting about that, and he kept saying, this is not our war. This is nothing. And there's a very popular map that's going around about Iran's capabilities to how far they can send their missiles. America's nowhere near those.
Wow, even with the hypersonic ones.
And lastly, he said, which a lot of people have gotten on board, a lot of other politicians, he said, this is not our war. But if it were, Congress must decide such matters according to our Constitution. I'm introducing a bipartisan war powers resolution tomorrow to prohibit our involvement. I invite all members of Congress to sponsor this resolution. And he's gotten, some support from Rashida Tlaib retweeted, AOC retweeted, saying signing on. Ro Khanna said he also agrees. But there's not a big coalescing movement from Democrats. And
maybe they're just gathering their figuring it out.
Are they? Because the last thing I heard, the most powerful Democrats say about Iran was them goading Trump to be harder on Iran. It was Chuck Schumer in a little video he put out on Twitter.
Was he peering over his glasses?
Going, I think Taco Trump always chickens out. And I think he's chickening out when he bends to Iran. It's like, holy shit. You guys all cannot, and this is the same guy who said he views his entire job as keeping the left pro-Israel. So, it is no surprise that is coming from Chuck Schumer. But the craziest thing is the most forceful anti-war voice I've heard, and this brings me no joy. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Wow. That is certainly true.
We're gonna read this. I have not heard a more. If I'm wrong, drop it in
Which is wild because she has bought defense stocks.
If I'm wrong and someone else has come out harder, and look, there's a lot of issues I have with the statement, but
go ahead.
So
is this on Twitter?
Yeah, everyone is finding out. It's a little bit long. Everyone is finding out who are real America First / MAGA and who were fake, and just said it because it was popular. Unfortunately, the list of fakes are becoming quite long and expose themselves quickly. Anyone slobbering for the U.S. to become fully involved in the Israel-Iran war is not America First MAGA. Wishing for murder of innocent people is disgusting. Agree. We are sick and tired of foreign wars. All of them. Agree. And this one will quickly engulf the Middle East, BRICS, and NATO as countries are required to take a side. Real America First MAGA wants world peace for all people and doesn't want our military killed and forever injured physically and mentally. We love our U.S. military and love them helping to secure our borders. See, this is where I'm like, okay, well, whatever. We'll get and our cities. That's the thing. These people are calling for the troops to be put out in Los Angeles, Chicago, Philadelphia, New York. So that's a whole other thing. They are friends, spouses, cousins, nieces, nephews, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters. We have spent trillions in the Middle East, and we have dealt with the aftermath of death, blown apart bodies, never-ending suicides, and disabling PTSD. All because they told us propaganda as to why we must sacrifice our own to defend some other country's borders and some other country's borders. I don't want to see Israel bombed or Iran bombed or Gaza bombed. I don't want to see Ukraine bombed or Russia bombed. And we do not want to be involved or required to pay for any of it. We are $36 trillion in debt and have the mountains of our own problems. We have giant planks sticking out of our own eyes while we complain about splinters in other eyes.
Whoa.
Every country involved and all over the world can be happy, successful, and rich if we all work together and seek peace and prosperity. I know. Taking this position is not anti-Semitic. It's rational, sane, and loving toward all people. Taking this position of peace and prosperity for all is not isolationism. It leads to great trade deals and great economies that help all people. It's what many Americans voted for in 2024. America first, America
Damn.
first, America first. This is how we make America great again. And as I pointed out, there's some stuff in there where you're like,
That's fine.
but I have not seen
The overwhelming
any,
majority of that is
Right.
so great.
Sure, but it's
I
a
can
li-
rally behind that.
But it is a little hypocritical as you're calling
Of
for
course.
troops to be put into our own cities
Yeah.
to be like, whatever. But where is the Democrats talking like that?
This is what I'm getting at. Is it feels all right, bear with me here. I'm sure I hopefully speak for a lot of people when I say it feels like we collectively as humanity are close to some kind of collective consciousness waking up breaking point. Like, aren't we? Don't you feel like we're just on the cusp? Like everybody kind of gets it. We all kind of, like she's saying, why are we still doing this? We're more connected than ever. It's not like it was 20 years ago, 30 back, where it took time for messages to get conveyed. The speed at which news traveled and world leaders communicated back then was a lot slower. And from that can arise a lot more problems. And in this day and age, when there is so much more open communication, open sharing of information, people are waking up to things that they were otherwise just totally wool pulled over their eyes toward in the first Desert Storm and then with Iraq post 9/11. It's like, what are you trying to pull here?
The only thing you do is like watch news on the TV and read the newspaper. And like the lead up to the war on terror, it was just, Defense Department officials anonymously leaking information to the New York Times. And people have wised up to this fact. People have definitely gotten a bit more media literate. I think they're like, what are you talking about? Anonymous source said Iran had whatever. Like, it's much more difficult for them to tell people to, not believe their own eyes. There's obviously another side to the coin, though, where like we've talked about it all the time. Like the social media also has this other horrifying aspect to it where you can really supercharge some of these things. But I do want to look at her follow-up tweet too. She responds to this. She said, last week they said Iran was days away from a nuclear bomb. Well, it's been days now, and Iran's nuclear facilities are not destroyed. So does Iran have a nuclear bomb now that it's been days? They've been telling us for decades Iran was only a few years or only a few months and only a few days away.
Mm-hmm.
However, the truth is more countries than is public. What is that? The truth is more countries than is public have some sort of nuclear capabilities. It's not anti-Semitic to ask these questions. It's fair critical thinking and honest dialogue. After all, innocent people are dying and more will die if the U.S. gets fully involved.
Yeah, wow. She posted a handy timeline here. 1992, Iran is 3 to 5 years away from nuclear capability. I can't read all these. 93, 95, 96, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Basically, every time them saying that Iran is closer than ever.
Yeah, I believe it was George W. Bush, who said, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me, 17 times. Maybe I've got fucking problems.
But this is, I'm just...
Yeah.
I feel like Democrats are being served up silver platters to do the right thing here and get beyond. We talked about it a little bit last week where, you brought up that tweet where the guy was like, Democrats get blamed for this stuff. And I'm like, they have a moment. They can choose to march with peaceful protesters. And, when cops fire on people, they can talk about how they were there. I mean, you're seeing Brad Lander, New York City comptroller, who's also running for mayor, has been doing some of these things. He not assists, like chaperones people to their ICE hearings and stuff. So as to say, like, everybody follow the laws here. Don't just. And he's been doing for weeks. And today they grabbed him and arrested him as he's saying, what am I being arrested for? This is all legal. But Democratic leadership is either absent or cheering it on. And so it's, who's going to save us? But yeah, so I'm just...
Superman. Or Batman.
And look, I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. This is not some kind of broadly supportive thing of any Iranian regime. This is me saying, their problem is not with me. And I don't think bombing people is a way to like liberate them. I don't think it's ever worked. And you've tried it so many times and it's not going to work this time.
Yeah.
Unless, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, and you guys have finally figured out the problem. Also, people much smarter than me are just like calling how just impossible this is. Like, you cannot stop this nuclear program without boots on the ground. It's just going to continue. You're going to take out leaders, new ones will spring up. You're going to take out scientists, new ones will spring up. Diplomacy is the way. You had there was a negotiating table.
Yeah,
and then you hit it with a fucking bomb.
Yeah. I can't have said it more perfectly than that.
Here's a nice example. Connor, I'm going to send you something. Here's a nice example of like the kind of shit we went through in 2002.
As you're pulling that up, I want to point out what worries me also is China and Russia. I mean, so now it's kind of the different countries are kind of, everybody's posturing and taking sides and figuring out what's next. And what has me nervous is, because China and Russia have been pretty supportive of Iran. And it's like, okay, I'm worried that they're going to pretty openly back Iran, which Taco Trump will be kind of in a position to like, okay, now I got to get tough on this. And I just hope that cooler heads all prevail and shit.
I'm pretty sure China called all of their citizens home. I think Russia did as well.
Yeah.
I think Russia did in Israel as well too. There's reporting, I don't know how true it is, that oh my God, that also reminds me, we got to bring something up. There's reporting that Mike Huckabee, the ambassador to Israel, and Netanyahu actually got into a shouting match over over US's insistence that they pull out American citizens in Israel.
Bibi didn't want that.
Bibi didn't want that,
right.
And a lot of people think that is because he knows if Americans are on the ground in Israel, that the U.S. is much more likely to get dragged into this.
Yeah.
But we need to, before we play that, we almost completely forgot. I don't know if you've seen this. This is I don't know what, like the craziest thing is like, it's like the I think you should leave meme, the oh my God, he admitted. They're just like posting this shit. So this is Trump reposted a text he got from Mike Huckabee, ambassador to Israel. And he said, Mr. President. Oh wait, that's going to be hard to read if it's
I got it. You want me to read it?
Sure.
Mr. President, God spared you in Butler, Pennsylvania to be the most consequential president in a century, maybe ever. The decisions on your shoulders I would not want to be made by anyone else. You have many voices speaking to you, sir, but there is only one voice that matters. His voice. I am your appointed servant in this land, and am available for you, but I do not try to get in your presence often because I trust your instincts. No president in my lifetime has been in a position like yours. Not since Truman in 1945.
That's not good.
I don't reach out to, because, that was when they dropped the bombs on Japan.
You never love invoking Truman in 45.
He continues, I don't reach out to persuade you, only to encourage you. I believe you will hear from heaven, and that voice is far more important than mine or anyone else's. You sent me to Israel to be your eyes, ears, and voice, and to make sure our flag flies above our embassy. My job is to be the last one to leave. I will not abandon this post. Our flag will not come down. You did not seek this moment. This moment sought you.
Oh my God.
It is my honor to serve you. I love you.
Dude,
Mike
this
Huckabee.
is...
He didn't say I love you. That was editorial.
So crazy.
And it's all, by the way, it's all one long text.
It's
how did he screenshot that?
I have no idea. That's when I first saw it going around, I was like, oh, it's fake. But then he truthed it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you can't screen, like, we just find out Trump has a phone like this big. But
he must have iMessage set up on his laptop, and he fucking command shift forward and screenshotted it. Which is also impressive. Like, sir, I didn't know you knew that.
So scary. He's like, look, if you're worried about us having a handle on this, I just want to show you this text from my craziest friend. Okay, he's in Israel right now, and sure,
but he's talking to God.
He's clinically,
or God is yeah.
He's clinically insane, and he's hearing voices, but he's got it under control. I mean, his voice, the fact that he thinks he was saved in Butler, PA, to deliver in this moment, the invoking Truman. We are not in a good place, folks. Netanyahu wants to hold U.S. citizens hostage so he can make a big display of American carnage.
I mean, if fiction has taught us anything, it's that the people in power are more often than not utterly incompetent. And I'm talking about the television show Veep. We all know and love Veep.
Sure.
And I think it's a lot worse than what that show portrays. That I
remember
Donald Trump is the man in charge of all of this.
Armando Iannucci said, like, that was kind of why they ended the show. He said that it's when Trump got in power, he was like, this is stupid.
There's no joke.
We're going to make a funny show about politics. But this is a I want to play this. This is a perfect example of
Donald Rumsfeld.
I mean, also,
look at
this is the difference too. I mean, these guys were like master manipulators. I mean, just the gall to go out there and do this. Let's just play it. It's 20 seconds.
I love the graphics. Strike on Iraq.
What we are seeing is not the war in Iraq. What we're seeing are slices of the war in Iraq. We're seeing that particularized perspective that reporter or that commentator or that television camera happens to be able to see at that moment. And it is not what's taking place.
Really
we're
brave.
seeing. War's like a cake, basically. We're just getting little slices.
Very brave of him to just come out and say, "Don't believe your own eyes. Don't believe."
What did he say? Particular.
Play it again. It's 20 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely bonkers.
It's not the war in Iraq. What we're seeing are slices of the war in Iraq. We're seeing that particularized perspective.
That particularized perspective.
Or that commentator or that television camera happens to be able to see at that moment. And it is not what's taking place.
He's basically saying, like, look, there's a lot of journalists in Iraq right now covering the war. What you're seeing is only their weird, skewed, personal thing. You cannot.
It's one little slice.
You can't
of the
believe
whole
that.
thing.
You're looking at a slice.
A little slice. It doesn't represent the whole war. You see.
What if I look at a bunch of slices, though? Am I now looking at maybe a full cake?
Look over there. Oh, babu. Oh yeah. There's the graphic of how far Iran's missiles are capable of going.
You see America on there?
No. No, I didn't see America on there.
But I thought they were fighting it for us.
They are, dude. They are. It's for us in case we go on vacation over there and we don't want to get hit.
Oh.
And the Supreme Leader finds out that you or me is over there, and they're like, "Man, fuck those guys." I don't know. I'm sorry. It's hard to make light of it's hard to make light during dark times, isn't it, folks?
It's getting harder and harder. I'm at a loss a little bit. I was
okay, bud.
I was on a Zoom with someone in Greece, and that was this morning, and we were talking, and they asked how I was, and I gave like a kala, which means good in Greek, and they were like, well, you kind of paused before you said good, and I was like, there's a lot going on right now, and and they were just lamenting their own worries about World War III and is really what's going to happen. I think best case scenario, though, like if they try to go forward with this, I mean, you're talking about a boots on the ground situation where you're tens of thousands, if not more, U.S. troops deployed.
Whoa. They assured us that there wouldn't be boots on the ground, though. They said that with enough bombs, we wouldn't need to be able to put boots on the ground.
Okay, or then best case scenario, they bomb the shit out of this country.
That's right.
They take leaders out. You have, how many people live in Iran? 90 million? 100 million?
90.
Instability. They've done this in places where like much smaller populations, an absolute mess. Imagine, just another failed state. I don't see a lot of good outcomes except for diplomacy. I mean, They wanted to come to a deal. And unfortunately, it feels ridiculous to you now have to root for asking them to come to a deal after this insane, illegal preventive strike, after close to 2 years of just the insanity we've watched, the carnage. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what to say anymore. One fun thing has been I've been enjoying the pizza meter. Are you guys enjoying the pizza meter?
Oh, the Pentagon.
Are we having fun with the pizza meter?
Pentagon pizza meter. Yeah. There's also the gay one, which is kind of
the gay bar.
inverse.
Yeah.
The gay bar. It's normally crowded, but it's empty. I mean, my own little editorializing is it's hard because I can't really lately practice what I preach with this, which is, it's hard for us as human beings to see daily, hourly, by the minute suffering in 4K on our phones, and then just you see the next thing and it's a fucking, I don't know, an ad or something, which is funny because we've got ads in this show even, and yeah, I don't know, man. I just encourage you all to do your best to take care of yourself and your own mental health. In as much as we feel so out of control and so helpless, the very few things we can control and can help are worth taking care of. And again, I got to speak for I have not been eating well or sleeping well, and yeah.
I will also say, take care of your mental health, but don't fall for this. Be vigilant. I mean, what you believe. You believe your own eyes. And that goes for, I don't care if you voted for Trump, Kalma, didn't vote, stayed home, whatever. It's never too late to, say you were wrong about something. It's never too late to be like, enough. This is just, I don't believe that people rock with this just violence and death everywhere. Believe your own eyes, stay vigilant.
All we are saying is give peace a chance. You're gonna like this.
Did something just happen?
No. But I just have to. I just have to.
Oh! I got worried that worried that there was
No. Well, folks, that's the end of the episode. Be sure to leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Thank you for tuning in, as always. And before we close out the episode, gotta give a quick.
We're giving a huge shout out to a very special sponsor.
Gotta give a huge shout out to
one
Moomoo,
of our longest sponsors,
the longest standing sponsor of our channel.
Moomoo.
Proud trading platform of the New York Mets.
That's a great way to get a little relief, get a little break,
go watch some baseball.
A little man. American baseball. The New York
Sing
Mets.
The song,
are they still Are they still the best team in baseball?
They are. They are the best team in baseball. And if
our boy Phil's happy. Let's go Mets.
If you're a Moomoo customer, you can get free tickets to Monday home games at Citi Field. If you check the link in our bio or scan the QR code on screen, you can to join Moomoo. You can earn up to 60 free stocks and 2 Mets Suite tickets to a game of your choice with a qualified deposit. Plus, earn 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash for 3 months. Thank you, Moomoo, for helping sponsor this episode. And well, folks, we got a great bonus coming up. There was great. We're going to talk about Brian Wilson being dead. The Air India thing.
We're going to talk about him being dead.
We're going to talk about Brian Wilson.
We're going to go, whoo.
This new Will Smith track that came out.
Hot fire. Some people are saying hot fire. Some people are saying song of the summer.
Some people are saying "Song of the Summer."
I do, and this is not just if you're sticking around and not a member. I'm not trying to shill you. You'll get. We're offering free trials anyway.
No, he's shilling.
So you can come on
free
in.
7 days.
It's gonna be more lighthearted. We're gonna be chilling, but we gotta
Well, not quite lighthearted because we are gonna talk about the Air India crash. I am revisiting a couple things about Scooby, the big buff tan gay guy.
He is revisiting a couple things about Scooby,
the big buff tan gay guy. I finally found the great clips of him. I just love him so much. And this Fox News pilot who did you see the clip of the Fox News pilot, the helicopter pilot? Good. Oh, folks, it's absolute gold. So benandemilshow.com, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will see you next time. We will see you in the bonus.
Coming up on this week's episode of benandemilshow.com.
It's also funny that this is like the most divorced dude right now. He made like one desperate act to save his marriage by slapping one of the most popular comedians on the largest stage, and then like his wife just came out and was like, yeah, he's an idiot. I don't know. I've basically been fucking my son's friends and we have an open relationship and he's a freak. And now this guy's like, I like pretty girls. Yeah, I might be able to get you on Vogue, babe. Keep going.
God. By the way, a friend of mine just went on a date with a guy who's 6'8", 6'9", and she was like, Ben, you are so lucky you are just at the cusp.
Dude, I was gonna say, like, literally any perfect. Taller than you are gets into the like freakish territory.
Yeah,
like you might even be too tall. A lot, actually. Yeah, you're a freak and and should be destroyed. No, but like 6'4" is like.
It's just too much.
It's like
sorry, buddy.
Dude,
sorry to all you 6'4" guys.
Stop looking at me like that. Yeah. Like. It's too.
What's the weather like up there? Fuck you. Let me spin on you, and I'll tell you.
And honestly, it's probably like things are just not built for you anymore. Showers,
airplane bathrooms.
Oh, dude, flying is a nightmare.
The Monkees' Mickey Dolenz said that when he tripped on LSD with Wilson, John Lennon, and Harry Nilsson, Wilson played Shortening Bread on piano over and over again.
Dream blunt rotation: Harry Nilsson, John Lennon, Brian Wilson. And Brian Wilson's just so bugged out, he keeps playing Shortening Bread. Enough, Brian.